are back on the hunt for steelbooks in 2 brand new CEX stores, and in my local CEX store I find a steelbook which I've been on the lookout for years. Folks, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Steelbook Hunting in CEX, the series in which every episode we hit up 2 brand new CEX stores on the hunt for cheap steelbook bangers, and trust me, this time we strike steel. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button and please subscribe, as I put new videos out every Saturday live at 5, as well as bonus content throughout the week like this one, and I really want you folks along for the ride. Now let's hit the road to CEX and find out if we strike steel or strike out Steelbook Hunting in CEX. Here we go then, back on the road for Steelbook Hunting in CEX, and our first stop is Harrogate, and you can see from the outside that this is a fairly large CEX store, and as soon as we came inside, the store was absolutely stacked with games, and thankfully it was a fairly quiet day, and I'm hoping we can strike steel in this, our first of 2 CEX stores. We are hitting up this time Steelbook Hunting in CEX, and we are starting off our hunt in the most unlikely of places, the PlayStation 2 section, and against the odds, we strike steel. Now, it's not impossible to find steelbooks for the PlayStation 2, but they're very, very uncommon. So I was very happy to find this, the Godfather Limited Edition. The steelbook was in really nice condition and definitely one I want to grab. So straight off the bat, in our first section, we've struck steel. Next up, we're hitting the Xbox 360 section, and sadly, over the course of this series, it's become less and less common to find Xbox 360 steelbooks, which is a real shame, but thankfully, over the years, I've built a fairly healthy collection of Xbox 360 steelbooks, but unfortunately, with the demand and the price of Xbox 360 rising, I think it's going to become less and less often that you find steelbooks for the Xbox 360. But moving on, it's definitely fairly common to find steelbooks for both the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X, and it doesn't take us long to find one right here with Dragon's Dogma 2. Now this is a game which released fairly recently, so I'm a patient man. I'm going to wait for this one to drop in price and grab the steelbook later on. Continuing our hunt through a fairly sizable Xbox One section, and like I said, this is one of the more likely places to find steelbooks now, especially with games that have just been released. And remember, with these newly released games, you can still get the steelbook version of the game more often than not for the standard price of the game, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye out for steelbooks. But of course, the price of these do fall over time, such as this game right here, Persona 5 Royale, which I will wait once again to drop in price. I think this game just recently released, but what a steelbook this is, an absolute beauty, and hopefully in the future I can add this one to the collection, as well, just look at it, it's beautiful. But without a shadow of a doubt, at least in my experience, the PlayStation 4 today is the best place to hunt for steelbooks in CEX. More often than not, this is where I find the majority of my steelbooks. And when we talk about PlayStation 4 steelbooks, the one I find the most far and away, heads and above any other steelbook, is this one right here, Hitman for the PlayStation 4. I find this steelbook all the time. It is slowly becoming the Xbox 360 biohazard for the PlayStation 4. It is without doubt the most common steelbook on the market today. Continuing on through the PlayStation 4 section, it doesn't take us long to strike steel once again with this game right here, Seafield. I have heard nothing but good things about this game, and I'm waiting for it to slowly drop in price, even though it just seemingly takes forever. But like I said, I'm a patient man, and one day I will grab this one. We're coming to the end of our steelbook hunt here in Harrogate, and one of the last sections we have to hunt in is the PlayStation 5 section. And honestly, it amazes me that so far throughout this entire series, I don't think I've managed to find a single steelbook for the PlayStation 5. And our final section to hunt here in Harrogate is the PlayStation 3 section, and unfortunately, no luck here. So one CEX store down, one steelbook found, but next off we're hitting the road to Wales and Roath Cardiff CEX, a much smaller CEX store, but remember, we don't judge a CEX store by its size, we judge it by its contents. And starting off here in the PlayStation 5 section, I thought we'd found a steelbook, but unfortunately it is just a lenticular cover of Resident Evil 4. Very cool, but unfortunately this time not a steelbook. Carrying on the hunt here in the PlayStation 4 section in Cardiff CEX, and there can be a lot of red herrings when you are hunting for steelbooks in CEX, such as slipcases, like this one here for the Dark Souls trilogy, a trilogy of games I will probably never ever play, or just games that look like steelbooks, like there is a steelbook which looks exactly like this for Fallout 76. Like I said, half the challenge of steelbook hunting in CEX is actually finding the steelbooks, because sometimes they can be hidden right under your nose, but unfortunately this time it doesn't appear like there's going to be any steelbooks here in the PlayStation 4 section. But fear not, we're only just getting started steelbook hunting here in Cardiff Roath CEX. Let's hope in our next section we have a little bit more luck hunting. Next up, we're hunting in the Xbox Series X section, and once again the slipcase nearly caught me unaware. I thought this Cyberpunk 2077 did have the steelbook. Unfortunately it doesn't, but fortunately I do already have that steelbook in my collection. Slipcases can be a real distraction when steelbook hunting, like again here with Elden Ring. A game which does tempt me to play a Souls-esque game, but I just don't know if I have the patience for those kind of games. So unfortunately, no luck here in the Xbox Series X section, but the steelbook hunt continues. Again, this is a slipcase and not a steelbook, but so many people commented on how beautiful this copy of WWE 2K23 was in a recent episode of The Crazy World of CEX. And remember, normally slipcases do not involve any extra cost at CEX, but of course, we are on the hunt for steelbooks today. Skyrim slipcase, like I said, many slipcases, but let's hope in the PlayStation 3 section here we can find some steelbooks. And I am hunting, and what's this right here? Prince of Persia for the PlayStation 3. It is listed as the tin version, but I'm happy to pick this one up because, well, just look at it, it's beautiful. This is why it's very important to be thorough with your steelbook hunts at CEX. I very nearly missed an absolute bargain here in the PlayStation 3 section. My brother pointed this one out to me, otherwise I would have missed it. Let's see if you can see it. It's hiding just here. Beyond Two Souls Special Edition for the PlayStation 3 for the bargain price of just £1.50. Steelbook and slipcase, a bargain. Our final place to hunt here at Roath Cardiff CEX is the Xbox 360 section, and it's always worth checking behind these piles of games, especially for franchises which you know have a steelbook, the Call of Duties, the Assassin's Creed, all those kind of classics. But we do manage to find a steelbook here again from a very big franchise, Gears of War, and the Gears of War Judgment steelbook for just £3. And as a massive Gears of War fan, you know I'm not leaving this one behind. We're coming to the end of our steelbook hunt this time, but after nearly missing out Beyond Two Souls earlier, I wanted to make sure I had another quick scan of both the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 sections. Now, sadly, these are sections which, as I've said before this episode, we are seeing less and less steelbooks for, but over the years, I've built a very healthy collection for both of these consoles, and honestly, even though pricing does seem to be changing for these steelbooks, I still think in the future we'll find a few hiding here. We've managed to find a few steelbooks this time, some great finds. Let's take it back to the games room for the pickups. Here we are then, back in the games room after visiting two brand new CEX stores on the hunt for bargain steelbooks. And in Harrogate, we found a steelbook in the most unlikely of sections, the PlayStation 2 section. That's because, if you didn't know, there was only a very small amount of steelbooks released for the PlayStation 2 here in the PAL region. And interestingly, recently a brand new YouTuber, Gaming Rarities, has shared a video where he goes through his PlayStation 2 PAL steelbook collection, and I will link it down below as it's a really interesting watch. And this is one of the steelbooks he details in that video: the Godfather limited edition 2-disc set for the PlayStation 2. And this is one I have never seen before for the PlayStation 2. It's in fairly decent condition. The slipcase is a little bit rough, but it's just interesting to see PlayStation 2 steelbooks. You just don't see them very often, and the steelbook itself is in really nice condition, as you can see here. And it does, of course, come with both discs, and these are always the kind of steelbooks I'm on the lookout for: the uncommon and the rare, and of course the bargains. Next up, we're on the road to Wales and Roath Cardiff CEX, and I've said from the beginning of this series, most of the time you can get the steelbook version of a game for the same price as the standard version. But we are seeing more and more there are exceptions to this rule, especially when it comes to the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, and games such as this one right here, Prince of Persia for the PlayStation 3. And you can see there, this is listed as the tin version of this game. But this is a beautiful looking steelbook. But here's the thing, more and more games are getting listed as the tin version and the price is sadly going up. So I decided to grab this one now for £10 while I can. But fear not, there's still bargain steelbook bangers to be found in the wild. Such as this one right here, once again for the PlayStation 3 Beyond Two Souls steelbook, but this time for just £1.50. Like I said, the bargains are still out there, and this is the best time to grab these steelbooks before they get listed as the tin version. This one is in absolutely incredible condition with the slipcase, and this is a beautiful, beautiful looking steelbook. An absolutely fantastic game, and for £1.50, an absolute bona fide bargain banger. But the bargains don't stop there in Roath Cardiff CEX. I almost missed this one in the Xbox 360 section. Another bargain here. £3 for the Gears of War Judgment Steelbook for the Xbox 360. Once again, not listed as a separate tin edition, so it's only £3. And what a beautiful steelbook this one is. But here's one of the issues when you are steelbook hunting in CEX. You have to have the knowledge as to whether these games came with a slipcase or any kind of accessories. Now, I do know this one did come with a slipcase. It came with a standard version of the game as well as the steelbook in a slipcase, but fear not, I do already have that one in my collection. This is how the Gears of War Judgment Steelbook is meant to be packaged. In this slipcase, you of course get a copy of the game and the limited edition Steelbook. And if we open this up, you will see that my copy is in fact sealed. I have a brand new copy of Gears of War Judgment and the Steelbook. This is a really cool package, a real rarity, and something I'm very happy to have in my Gears of War collection. Whenever I visit my local CEX store here in the fine city of Norwich, I'm always keeping an eye out for bargain steelbooks. And I managed to find one right here in the PlayStation 3 section. Batman Arkham City for just £2. And there are multiple steelbooks for this game, and I'm slowly trying to find them all. But you never know what to expect when you are steelbook hunting in CEX. And on a separate visit, I stumbled across a steelbook which I've been looking for a very long while. Yes, this steelbook is listed on the CEX app, and I could have done a CEX roulette to buy this game online. But it was just dumb luck that one day I came into my local branch and there it was sitting on the shelf in the most amazing condition. As because we all know steelbooks are all about condition, and this one is absolutely mint. I have said throughout this episode, the steelbook bargains are still out there. You just have to find them. And I was very happy to find this bargain right here, Batman Arkham City, in my local CEX store for just £2. And there are multiple versions of this steelbook for this game, all with different characters from the game on the back, and this one is the Joker version. It even comes with a slipcase. It's in absolutely fantastic condition, and for £2 I'm very happy to cross this one off my Batman Arkham City collection list. Which brings us on to our final steelbook find, this time which I stumbled across in my local CEX store. It is this game right here, Dead Rising 2 Zombrex Edition with the pen for the PlayStation 3. Now, yes, I could have gone online and bought a copy of this game, but when it comes to steelbook collecting, it is all about condition. And this is in literally mint condition. The slipcase is pristine, the steelbook is pristine, the pen has never been opened, and that's why I was happy to pay up a little bit for this one. Yes, it is an £18 steelbook, but this is one which I think in years to come is going to get very, very hard to find, especially in this amazing, amazing condition. There we have it then, folks. That was another episode of Steelbook Hunting in CEX, and 6 more steelbooks to add to my ever-growing collection. And it does seem that it's getting harder and harder to find steelbooks, especially for bargain prices in CEX, but I'm never going to give up the steelbook hunt. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us next time to find out if we strike out or strike steelbook hunting in CEX. See y'all soon!